primary focus, I believe, that we should have in education is teaching students the love of learning. By love of learning, I mean they should have a sort of an innate desire to learn. And as a secondary piece to that innate learning, I think we also have to teach students how to find the answers to questions. Thus, they can be lifelong learners and always answer their own questions, be it through research or investigation or what it might happen.
Yeah, let's get booked up!
Yeah, Chile was great. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Cash is gonna whip out his penis! Oh my god!
Yeah, what up, Nick? Yeah, I have nothing to say whatsoever.
Hi, this is Micah Sherman, roving reporter at the Michael Residence Party on March the 11th, 1999. It appears that there's about 4,597 people here tonight, so we're gonna go check it out. Let's go. Are you drunk?
Not yet.
Yeah, all right. How does everybody like the Michael Residence? Do you know what house you're at? Anybody? Ben Michael's house. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, Micah.
Tom Michael also lives here, but no one knows who Tom is. I hope no one here is running for political office. What's your name?
Hey, man, get the camera out.
Are you on probation?
Well, my parents left town, so I think they basically asked me to have some people over.
How many people are here tonight, Ben?
I'd say a couple of hundred.
How many did you invite?
I'd say about 5 or 6.
Did you know you were at Ben Michael's house?
I didn't know that.
Welcome to Ben Michael's house.
And there were all these people, and they forced me to drink, and they forced me to smoke, and I'm a good kid.
He wasn't really a good kid.
Very much.
Wow.
Get the pussy! Get the pussy!
Wait, your mom's a dentist, isn't she?
She is.
Dentist gets the pussy!
That's the true essence of high school.
The expectations for our students leaving the school, or what they should take away from a high school experience, are that they should become more independent learners, and certainly that takes place in the classroom as well as outside the classroom. And I look at the high school experience as something that is very broad in its scope, that it's certainly more than academic learning. It involves working with peers, working with adults, working in groups, and also just learning more about themselves, the student learning about him or herself as an individual.
High school has 2 parts to it. It has the educational aspect, the aspect with classes, foreign languages, native languages, mathematical languages, and geographical languages. Most of it you won't ever remember and you'll never use. And then there's the other aspects of high school. There's the aspect which is basically sums down to one thing. It's about drinking, primarily. Smoking, secondarily. Sexing, well, primarily too.
Every teenager has sex on the mind all the time. Sex.
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 Sex. I've already said it once, but I'll say it again. Hey guys, come here. Sex. Excellent. Sex.
And like everyone was there, so we weren't like making out up here. It was more of a good baby. Let's skip that.
I think the most important thing that a student should take away is a sense of citizenship, of wanting to give back to the community, of wanting to make a contribution to the community.
I worked so hard in school. I almost have a B average, almost. I turn in almost every other assignment. Almost every other. But I can't get ahead, Nick. The other kids, they do their work. They go to class. They don't drink before class. They don't carry a herb with them everywhere they go. And I'm supposed to compete with these crazy loons? Shut So maybe I'm a bad person. Maybe I don't use my school time appropriately. And maybe I abuse substances. But that's okay. Because there's happiness in those substances. And I'm over here. I am drinking, sweating, and fucking high school in the ass. And nobody appreciates it. Nobody understands that this is where happiness lies. This is the Golden Valley. This is the brass ring that others yearn for. And I am grasping the brass ring and drinking it wholly until I can't walk anymore. I'll help.
Thank you.
And no teachers like Ben. Here's an A for being an alcoholic.
Well, I think that like the stuff we're learning and stuff really doesn't have that much like relevance to the real world, but it's kind of important to do well in order to go far.
What's happening?
So should I do some typical high school behavior?
Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Bobby can suck it. Suck it! Oh!
So should I do some typical high school behavior?
No smoking on campus.
How do you guys feel about that?
Smoking on campus?
How do you feel about
I've never heard that rule.
Really?
Alright. Is that new or something?
What do I think students should get out of high school?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think one way we are not doing very well is in teaching self-discipline. Students have not been taught study skills or how to organize or how to plan their day so that they can get their work done most efficiently.
I've learned that can't get through this world cocking and a jiving or shucking, and that your friends are there for you sometimes, but then there's other times when they're on vacation or in the bathroom when they can't help you as much as they can when they're not.
You're full of shit.
Well, problem with the senior year is that you spend all your time worrying about preparation, and you don't sit back and enjoy it. And I think that's kind of a problem with life in general. The senior year is a lot like life. I spend all my time worrying about what I'm going to be doing in college, what I'm going to be doing after college. Am I going to get a job, you know? And instead, instead of enjoying the senior year, like with Cheez-Its and with friends, you know, we would just, piss in our pants because we're so worrisome.
I have to say that what I've learned about life in the last 4 years has nothing to do with the high school part. It has to do with my friends and myself.
What have you learned from high school?
Okay.
Really good idea.
Not a damn thing.
I guess the things that I would think would be most important are really have nothing to do with subject matter, because I think that kind of depends on the student and what you're studying, and it's not all that important whether you master chemistry or biology or whatever in terms of your later life in all professions. It's important in some but not others. I think it's probably all the stuff you should have gotten out of kindergarten. Play nice with others. Don't run with scissors, all that kind of important stuff. But basically, how to get along with other people. Unless you pick a really interesting career where you're sitting in a box by yourself, you're going to have to deal with other people.
I've learned that life isn't what I thought it was going to be. I've learned that my work habits suck. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned that a lot more can change in 4 years than I thought it could 4 years ago.
Administration can be bitches, and sometimes you just got to deal with people higher than you that are a bunch of assholes. But you got to take that in stride because you're lower than them.
I learned there's a lot of bullshit. I learned a lot of stuff, but I can't really put my finger on any one thing, Bullshit. Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
How to get along with a bunch of nerds. That's what I've learned at this fine establishment called CHHS. Yes, I've learned that. I've learned that being black at Chapel High School and in the outside world is very hard, and that it's going to take a lot more for me to get ahead than knowledge. Okay, fight the power.
Seniors in high school have a tendency to use that as a justification for just about anything. Like, I don't have to do this because I'm a senior, or I can skip this class because I'm a senior, and it's not really true. And then like, you know, it's just another year, and it kind of really hasn't lived up to all it's just, you know, it's supposed to be. I think though in high school generally, I learned that there are a lot of people who are trying on a lot of new ideas and you know, styles and ways of thinking or not thinking, and that you kind of have to take that into account when you're talking to people. You know, and then how much what they're saying is what they really believe, and how much is just, you know, bullshit.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
It's hard to find really honest people.
I forget. I don't even remember the last 4 years.
What do you think students should get out of high school?
No comment. No comment. What kind of answer is that?
What they should learn is totally up to them, as long as they learn something of value that they can take to society and make them a better person and a human being overall.
Like, you can't really say I learned something in high school. You just learned everything, I guess.
Okay. What students should get out of high school is preparation for whatever the next level that they're going to, whether it's college or work. They should also get an exposure to people who are not necessarily of the same socioeconomic level. They should get exposure to ideas that they did not necessarily grow up with. They should be challenged to do things that they haven't done, to try things that they haven't done, to grow. Chapel High School used to have a really good, close, collegial atmosphere between students and teachers. There was a tremendous amount of interaction between students and teachers. Both groups, both the faculty and the students, could interact with each other and actually have intellectual discussions and have real, honest-to-goodness academic growth taking place. I don't think that happens so much anymore. That's a real tragedy and a real casualty that probably makes students feel less interested, less excited about what they're learning. What's changed since I got to the high school in the last 15 years I've been here is students' dedication to the actual learning process. Students are very dedicated now to earning test scores. I don't think there's so much interest in actual learning, and I don't think all of that's the students' fault. The state requirements on us have changed so that we have to give state-sponsored tests. And there's this emphasis on measurable things, which is not always a good thing in education. And students have been caught up in this pressure game to produce numbers. How you bring students back to real honest-to-goodness interest in learning is a serious problem. We're just not as good a place as we used to be.